Only the greatest of all time get to sit in studio with us during this moment. And I mean, when I say the greatest of all time, I mean goated, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
On another kind of level. And we promise you greatness. We promise you people that win, right? As much as the male team let us down yesterday.
But
I can guarantee you right now, the one we have in studio today, she's definitely not a Mapena. She will not let us down, right?
Never.
Her name is Zintle Mpupha. She is a Springboks women's rugby player. Zintle, good morning. How are you doing, Queen?
Good morning. I'm well, thanks. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you feeling this morning?
I'm very nervous, but I'm okay. Thank you so much for asking.
If you're not nervous, I was going to be concerned, because I exert that kind of pressure.
Listen to
Hey, Tepi.
Hey.
Come on, girl.
I'm playing. I promise you I'm very nice. Tell me now, are you feeling like Aaron? Are you a little bit sad? Are you disappointed? Are you hurting? Did you cry yourself to sleep
Tepi,
last night?
you just had to start there. Hey?
I have to.
You just have to start with
the
the Springbok.
crucial moment. How are you feeling since yesterday's what do I call it? Pandemic?
No, a hurdle. That's what we call it. It's just a small hurdle. They'll be back, right, Zintle?
Definitely. Yeah. We all get your wins and your losses as well. I think that's what the boys got to yesterday. And I'm sure they're going to pick it up. They just wanted us to worry a little bit, and then they're going to change it again once again next week, I guess.
Definitely. It's a part of the plan. Sometimes in sport, you just want to create a sense that things are not okay, just to destabilize the enemy. They'll be back. They'll be back. Don't
the
worry.
lies you guys are telling
Don't
yourselves.
worry.
But
The box will be back.
One thing I know is that Zintle's not going to lie to us. Zintle, because you're from the Eastern Cape, right? And I got the pleasure of growing up with people that are from the Eastern Cape. I even dated an Eastern Cape guy, which is a big mistake, just by the way. Don't do it. And I know you can attest to that, Zintle.
No comment. I think
Good
you're
answer.
at the wrong side of the Eastern
Good
Cape.
answer.
But the one word that I really enjoyed learning when I started learning Xhosa, right, was Ndagbeta. My team will attest to that. I say
says
that
it all
so
the time.
often. Like when someone says something, they say, Ndagbeta when. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like an expression. And then another one that I also love is Chini. Laway, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
What is your favorite Xhosa word? Tell me. Or the one that you feel like maybe people that don't speak Xhosa abuse the most.
Chogapeto.
Wait, what?
Chogapeto is
what does
like-
it mean?
It's like listen to me.
Oh.
Where you just want attention for someone that you're actually sitting with, yeah.
Oh.
Wow, that is interesting. But tell me, how did you get into sports? When did this start for you?
I was very, very sport fanatic while I was still young as well. Like in primary, I was doing athletics, doing netball, doing everything actually.
Wow.
At grade 1. Everything changed around when I moved to Mdantsane, and I think I was only 10 years old.
Wow.
If I'm correct, and that's where I just fell in love with cricket, mostly because my cousins at the time were cricket players, so I would go with them each and every session that they're going to, each and every game that they had, and luckily in Tanzania at that time there was like Baker's Mini Cricket, and that's how I got into the pipeline as well. And as hectic as Tanzania is, I think me going into training each and every day, I got to escape a lot of things, and throughout that journey, there was a mentor, mentor yam, which is Mr. Koko Kodlo. He would be the one that comes and fetch me at home once and again, straight to training and to cricket training now, and back home as well. And that's how everything got serious, I guess. Rugby, when I came in, when after a cricket session, and a few other ladies approached me, and they were just like, would you want to come and try rugby? And I'm like, not a chance. I'd never play rugby in my life, and it is just so rough for me. And I just love cricket, and they kept on coming, and again Mr. Koko Kodlo was just like, listen, you can just go and watch and see how do they do things, and if you don't like it, you don't have to join, but if you really want to join, just know that I'll always be supporting you and whatnot. And I decided to go once, and they were doing contact session where you're running over tackle bags and stuff, and I was just like, I am not doing that.
Oh, wow.
I'm
I
not-
refuse.
No, I refuse. No. And someone else is holding a contact shell like that, and you have to run into her, and I'm like, no, why can't you just go around and whatever. And then Mr. Gogojo was just like, we can come again and watch the session. And the ladies also convinced me, listen, you don't have to run into the bags.
Yeah.
You can just be the scrum of the person that takes the ball and keep people to run into the bags. And that was a little bit exciting. And that's when I started playing rugby.
Wow. From cricket to rugby. Zintle Mpupha is in studio with us, the Springbok women's rugby player. And we still got lots of questions for her. She has to stick around. She doesn't have a choice. Dagbet, if you are. I'm just saying. I've got It's You by Matt Davis and Tim Lewis coming through. Nobody else but you, okay? It is definitely you that matter to us right here on 5. And that's why we play the music we play. That's why we do the things that we do. And that's why I wake up early morning, Saturday and Sunday between 7 and 10. It's You by Matt Davis featuring Tim Lewis. My name is Tepi with Palisa and Aaron. We are the 5 Weekend Breakfast team, but we are with a goated individual, okay? Like us as a team, great, amazing. Don't ever doubt it, okay? But goated? Man, the greatest of all time.
Next
We've got a
level.
Springbok women's rugby player, Zintle Mpupha, in studio with us from cricket to rugby.
Yo, what a phenomenal story.
Come
hey?
on, man.
And also it shows that she's got multiple talents.
Listen, the
Hey,
multi-talented.
multi-talented. But I want to like shine a spotlight on the Eastern Cape. Like Tsepi, you mentioned earlier that your experience with the boys from the Eastern
what
Cape,
you
you know, hasn't been too great. But the one thing that stands out to me about the Eastern Cape is that it's almost become somewhat of a Springbok factory. There are so many of the Springboks that represent South Africa that come from the Eastern Cape. What is it that you guys are eating? Is it the soil? Is it the water? What's the story behind the Eastern Cape and just loving rugby?
I think we're not eating anything, guys. It's just
Nothing
Eastern Cape.
special.
Yeah. It's just Eastern Cape being is for those younger kids where they actually think they can't really be where they want to be it Springboks or Proteas or anything that has national colors. I think us as the Springboks or us the people that are wearing the national colors are the people that are driving it the most for those younger kids, for them to never stop dreaming. And obviously Nati as Springboks as well, looking up to Omandisa Williams as well, being the previous Springboks, and them giving back to us and teaching us all that can make a person a Springbok. Yeah,
Definitely. I'd like to take you back to your first call up to the Springboks. Donning the green and gold in this country is most certainly a big thing. How did that feel for you?
It was not easy. It was very tough. Was very young as well, and got invited to quite a lot of camps before I actually got to wear the Springbok jersey over my head. And it was firstly with the sevens. I still remember. Firstly with the under 20s, where I actually changed my mind and be like, this is what I do. This is what I want to do for my life, for the rest, not for the rest of my life, but professionally, where I get where I can make a living out of it.
Yeah.
It was when I went to England with the under 20s for the first time, and it was just phenomenal. Just getting onto a plane, first things first, and going abroad for the first time, being the first one in the family that actually gets out of South Africa, and just seeing that another country and how everything is going, like having ilanga ebusuku like around 10.
That's crazy.
It's like those little things that I realized, like, listen, this is what I want to do for the rest of not for the rest of my life, but for a living, and just make something out of it. Yeah,
Definitely. And those are memories that you'll keep forever.
Yes.
And it also serves as inspiration for those that will come after you.
that's correct. Yeah.
You're definitely flying the flag high. I will not lie. Women in rugby for me in the beginning was a frowned upon thing. And I know some people are still like, yo, how do they do it? Because of the tackling. And like you said, it looks a little bit rough out there. But I think you're doing such an exceptional job. We've got Zintle Mpupha in studio with us, Springbok women's rugby player. It is the Goated segment, so we will bring you the greatest of all time. But for now, let's go dance around it with Joel Corey and Katie Baser. I'm definitely dancing around it. It's so like, yeah, I'm dancing around it. Okay, Joel Curry coming through with one of my favorite tracks because it gives you that vibe, it gives you that energy. It is featuring Katie Basin. It's Dance Around It right here on 5 Weekend Breakfast, 27 minutes past 8. I want to ask you something, Zintle. I mean, this is the go-to, and I'm sure you're aware of it, that you are one of the people that are the greatest of all time. Do you have to walk in the mall and then people want to just take pictures with you all the time?
Okay, not all the time, but sometimes.
But it happens.
It happens, yeah.
And then you have to stop, and maybe you're just buying ice cream. J ice cream, and now you have to hold your ice cream awkwardly and take pictures.
Yes, that's how it goes, yeah.
That's what you get for being a Springbok women's rugby player. You're just too good. You see, you should have just became like
The
me.
best.
Be behind the scene. They won't stress you. They won't naga you. They don't even know how you look. They just hear your voice. But what you do is absolutely phenomenal. But I want to know from you, after a long game, right? What do you look forward to doing?
Can I be honest? Just
Yeah.
yes.
Please.
A cold one. eh?
A cold one.
For the win.
But it's very cold.
That's amazing. But tell me, do you still have awkward conversations about being a woman that plays rugby? Or do you feel like now it's gotten to that point whereby, man, people know about it. We've made our mark. We're here to stay, and we're good at what we do, so they can't question it anymore.
Tepi, we still get people that are still questioning it.
Wow.
But to be honest, the Saru is doing a great job to actually put our game out there. I still remember now Africa Cup in Madagascar. That was amazing.
Wow.
Having playing Madagascar, and the stadium was full. That was full, like it was World Cup. And I think it was a great example that Madagascar did set for South Africa as well. And yeah, like I said, Sari is doing a great job to putting our game out there, and a lot of people are getting aware of it, even though there's still like people that are so surprised that women can play rugby as well. And yeah, we're going in the right direction, and that's all I can say.
I'm actually proud that, you know what, you are willing to be one of the people that are pioneering this thing. And like you said, also, you're not doing it just for yourself, but the kids back at home also that are looking into playing rugby, but maybe someone is teasing them about it, or they're saying, nah, but you're a girl, you can't do that, you're too soft, you know, you've got your hair and your nails that you need to worry about. But I think it's great things that you guys are doing. You guys are breaking ground, and you're doing an exceptional job at it, right? We're still going to ask you some questions. Don't go anyway. Don't worry. If you want water, we'll give you water. You're not leaving, okay? We need to get into some news and sport. But Zintle Mpupha is still in studio with us, a women rugby player. And let me tell you, she is representing the Springbok very well. All right, let's get into that news and sports. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
Born ready, baby.
SABC News, independent and impartial.
Oh, she's got nowhere to hide. She's in studio with us. She's excited because I'm about to put her on the spot. I'm teaching her a dance, and she's like, Tippy, no, not that one. The easy one. I'm like, which one is the easy one, Zintle? You must pick your fighter here. You can't have it easy all the time. Not when you are the goated on a 5 weekend breakfast. Oh, hell no, honey. Aluna and Pretty Boy, Cool Drink with nowhere to hide right here on 5. Like I said, a goated queen, okay? She is a women's rugby player for the Springboks, national flag being flown high.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yes,
can
ma'am.
you imagine? I'm in awe. I'm definitely in awe. And that's
Me
why
too.
what I'm going to do now is I'm going to allow you to not let what happened yesterday get you down, Zintle. And I want you to just give us a little bit of your prediction of what you think the 2023 Rugby World Cup looks like. Or maybe hold that thought. Think about it. And then you'll tell me later.
All right. So on a lighter note,
The pressure is getting worse.
no, the reason why I say a lighter note, I think after yesterday's game, a lot of people are concerned about, you know, the Rugby World Cup that lies ahead for the Springboks. There are a few things that we need to work on. So we'll let you think about that one, Zintle, as to where the Springboks will finish. But I would love to talk about the fact that you play both formats of rugby. You play both the 7s as well as the 15s. What's the difference between the two? And also, how do you change your playing style for the two formats?
First thing is the fitness. 7s, you must be very fit. And now with the 15s, you can still be fit, but it's not much as 7s. And also the other difference is obviously the numbers on the field and the time as well played. But with 7s, yeah, it's just quick and in and out. And I just love the fact that you just gone for a week and come back and and regroup again. And whereas with 15s as well, you travel a lot, and you also spend a lot of time with the mates, and get to know a lot of people as well within the tournament that you're in. Also, the difference between the two is like structurally is like 15s is more structure based, and you always have to you have I don't know what
focus on your position almost and the structure of the team.
Yeah. Your position is the one that gets the team into I don't know how to put it, but it's more structurally than sevens, and with sevens you always look at what you can do into the game, and how can we nullify the other team as well, and that's I think that's the difference between the two as well.
All right. In terms of winning the Challenger Series, right? That was a big one for the ladies, and that was also a big moment. How did that feel for you?
That was like another goal reached. Coming into the system as well, it was not in the World Series, and having to play Africa Cup, winning it each and every time, and whenever we get an invite to go play in the World Series, we finish like 12th and all of that. But that's where we always wanted to play, and that's where we wanted to compete, because I think you can only be better if you are actually competing against the best. And I don't know how hard and how far we have been working to get to the World Series, and I still remember finishing second 2 years in a row in Hong Kong actually, and COVID happened, where we actually had a very strong team, and we were so sure that with that team we were getting into the World Series. COVID happened, and we didn't have qualifiers that year, and unfortunately as a rugby also focused more on the 15er side, because that was the World Cup year, and there was not sevens program for some time. It was in and out, not fully professional, and I still remember like feeling like I'm giving up the goal that I had of actually leaving the system into the World Series, and not just for me but for younger generation once again, and just for them to find the system in the right platform where they can be proper athletes as well.
Definitely. I also want to shine a spotlight on the fact that you played some rugby in England for Exeter, and that's a big achievement for a South African lady to be playing rugby in England. In terms of the experience and also getting to that point of your career, how did it feel when you finally landed in England?
It was raining. It was so cold, and I still asked myself, do you really want to be here? And when I asked people around, they're just like, this is nothing. This is very warm. And it was like pouring, cats and dogs. And me actually going to England is something that I never ever planned in my career, but it just came at the right time where we were preparing for the World Cup. And I was just like, I didn't even know Exeter Chiefs exist. I didn't know the club. I didn't even know there's like Allianz Premiership as well. So I was just like, I'm taking it. I didn't even know how much am I going to get, or who am I going to play with. And I just was like, I'm taking it. This is the opportunity that I just want in my rugby career, and especially leading to the World Cup, to just play as much as I can with different people and get as much experience as I can.
I have to say, Zintle, you sound like me. When I wake up and it's raining, I'm just like, do I really have to do this? Like, the weather plays a big role in my life. Like, every single day, I'm just like, hey, man, they don't really need me there by the radio. Hey, someone else can just go and talk. But hey, man, we have to wake up and do what we got to do. And that makes you also that exceptional person that's willing to persevere through the rainy weather and go to a foreign country and just do what you do best. I've got a question here on the WhatsApp line, and they're like, how quickly can she tackle Aaron?
Yay!
I don't know. Do you think we should put it to the test?
Maybe that
to see
Are you saying that's going to be our on the spot?
I would love to witness that. Eh?
No.
You can take it all the way.
Hang on, ladies. Quick disclaimer. I've never played rugby in my life. Just casually. So this is a professional. I don't want to get injured, please.
Okay, no. We'll keep it safe.
Thank you.
No one will be harmed, okay? But what we're going to do is we're definitely going to put her on the spot and see if she can move. That's going to be on the socials. So make sure to check it out on the 5FM app as well as on Instagram and TikTok. You know, the works, okay? But Zintle, thank you so much for coming through. It's been absolutely amazing. And we will keep on rooting for you. I'm not a big fan of rugby, but for you, I will watch the game.
I'm trying to convince her slowly but surely. she watched the Springbok game yesterday.
Yeah.
That's why she's been talking about it
Yeah.
the whole morning.
Yeah.
So slowly but surely
That
we're
loss,
getting her
yeah.
into. Hang on.
I'll stop.
Slowly but surely we're getting her into rugby.
Thank you so much, Seppi. Thank you so much for having me, Aaron. It really means a lot to me. And hopefully you change your mind about rugby.
I will. Alrighty, let's get back into some music.